Divine Collective, whoever told these people that they could come for you lied. It's obvious that they lied. I heard the divine say they got life messed up, all the way messed up, coming for you. You're so divinely protected. You're being so divinely directed on your journey in alignment with all things that are good, no matter where you put your foot. That is where you are. That is where you're grounded at. That is where you're stable at. I feel like these people wanted to read into your birth chart. They may have even been fishing for your date of birth by way of numerology, because at some point, stuff started to backfire so expeditiously, so quickly, so fast that these people are like, well, what sign is this person? Are they a Taurus? Are they a Cancer? What is this? None of that matters and or can be applied when it comes to your sacred knowledge. None of it. So let's just say you're a fire sign. You're coming out very elemental. You've mastered water, earth, air, and fire. Let's just say that you are an earth sign and you've mastered water, earth, air, and fire. These people cannot predict you. If they're getting readings, they're like, yeah, she's a Queen of Wands. She's definitely a fire sign. You're also going to come out as a Queen of Cups. You're also going to come out as a Queen of Pentacles. You're also going to come out as the Empress, and you will always stay upright as the Queen of Swords, and etc. Just for example's sake, these people got the game messed up. So now, who's going to clean up the mess? This is what the divine is saying. And that's a rhetorical question, because we can already see that whatever these people plotted and planned, it's all the way out of alignment of anything that you were supposed to ever be dealing with. So they were always the ones that miscalculated. But everything was so calculated, so cunning and calculated. For no reason, cursing without a cause, as if there's not enough in the world that needs to be paid attention to. Listen, welcome to Spiritual Court TV. If you are new here, come on in. Peace be with you. This timeline is your timeline. You could not have found it at a better time. Right now, you're in a high frequency, and your spirit team has something that they need you to know that you already know. You just needed the additional details in addition to what it is that you've intuitively been guided to feel. If you're returning back, you came back by way of the rhythm, algorithm, because everything is good always. And always, all four corners of the earth is broadcasting kindred soul energy. So now what are they going to say? Because your energy is taking over the grid. Literally, no matter where you are, that's where it is. So let's get into it. Who told these people that they could come for you? Their secret collaborations have been exposed. Who told these people that they could come for you? You're coming up as a mother energy. You're coming up as somebody who is grounded and stable. Divine feminine energy. This is a man's world, but it's nothing without a woman or a girl by way of divine feminine energy. Let's be clear. Who told these people that they could come for you with their nasty intentions to harm? Some of these people really wanted things to pop off in the 3D. Some of them wanted to run up on you in real life, but instead they hid behind the scenes and decided to do some nasty spell work. It didn't take long before they realized that everything that they were doing was backfiring. Yeah, the universe said they got life messed up. They got life messed up. These people don't even know what they're dealing with. They don't know what they're looking at. They don't know what they saw. They don't know what they're seeing. They don't know what's going on. They were trying to curse you without a cause. Bad behavior will no longer just be water under the bridge. We are literally activating esoteric, ethereal, divine law, spiritual law. The karmic law has already been put in place, and those decisions have already been made by way of how the universe wants things to play out. Irregardless to what people feel it is, that's just what it is. Spiritual gift. You're not a joke. You're not for play. I'm telling you, second time you come up as divine mother, very nurturing. You're somebody that's really good to your children. You guide your children in the right direction. You give them life skills. You talk to them. You nurture them. Everybody in the world is your child. But some of these people are coming up as bad children. Back in the day, they used to call them babies kids, you know? They were just bad for no reason. It's like, why you do that? Well, I don't know. Okay. It's nasty business. You're standing in your power. This is something that they never calculated because these people can't add. Spirit says they will be subtracted from the situation. Mathematically, energetically, they have been calculated out of the grid when it comes to your alignment. They don't like that. I don't know who told these people they could come for you. I don't know why they couldn't find anything else better to do. That's crazy. Whoever this witchy sister is, she's as good as gone. Consider her a loss. Send your condolences energetically. Witchy sister intent to harm, she's as good as gone. You're too much in alignment. You're a natural curse breaker, very organically. This was never hard for you. You got way too much spiritual protection to be playing around with people that don't know where they're going, that cannot see the divine. They can't even entertain divine thoughts. You know why? Because they never entertained it and they never wanted to. So it was never done. So that way it can never be done. These are people that have been casted out. They're fallen angels. They never considered the divine. Okay. You got LGBTQIA. LGBTQIA, that whole community is under judgment for spiritual reasons. What they are doing spiritually, let's eliminate sexually because there's so many non-binary, all this. Okay, whatever. Let's look at the spiritual aspects backing the LGBTQIA. They have been put on notice. They are under judgment. Some of them wanted to hide behind esoteric knowledge but still be wicked with intentions. Esoteric knowledge is sacred knowledge. It can no longer be raped or violated or put in a position where people want to manipulate the aspects of its historical connotations and energetic lines. Scratch all the sexual energy. Let's put the sexual energy on the shelf just for a moment and look at the souls that are involved. Straight, crooked, gay, LGBTQ, ABC, DEFG, whatever you want to call it, whatever the label is now, the soul aspects, okay? Somebody's sister could be hiding their sexuality, and this person could really be struggling, but esoterically, they're all out of pocket. Witchy sister doesn't have to be your sister, could be a sister from another mister or somebody that called you sister or somebody that patted you on the back and called you brother. These people are like no other, at least when it comes to the divine collective that we represent. Something about you being sacred, okay? Somebody could actually carry a firearm. Somebody could be a security guard. What's this energy, spirit? Now they sitting up looking crazy and dumb, walking around, not knowing which way to go, in a state of confusion. Why? Because they did not calculate. They could have never have known who you were, not in this life or the last, because these people and their contracts were eliminated a long time ago. The universe is saying, why are they still alive? If they've been dead this long, how is it that they keep trying to be amongst the living? They need to go amongst their own. The dead has buried the dead. Guilt, remorse. This is not genuine guilt and remorse. They genuinely are feeling hurt because they were unsuccessful with literally sacrificing you. I just heard assassinating. So this is like character assassination, mentally assassinating you. These are things that they put in place that they thought was going to be conducive to them being dead amongst the living. It doesn't work that way. So now that the veil has been eliminated and the dead has arisen by way of the ancient gods, something has to give. On a scientific, mathematical level, by way of geometry, these people have been divided, separated. The separation has taken place. The season of separation is upon us. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. These people do not exist. And this is why they're sitting up looking like this. They feel ignored by the God code. They feel ignored by the divine coding, the encrypted coding that they don't have access to, but they thought they did. They thought they were standing on the right grid. That's what I just heard. Better know what grid you on, because wherever you're at, Divine Collective, you're in alignment. You're coming up as somebody who is friendly, happy, helpful, non-confrontational, reliable, because you are connected to source. So you're connected to a multitude of high frequency sources, okay? A plethora of different high frequency sources, plural, more than one, okay? A multitude, multi-dimensional being. And whoever this charlatan is, this trickster energy, they thought they were going to come in and play with your planetary alignment by way of rearranging the stars. This was a foolish thought to commit to. And they had other people convincing them that, yeah, that's what we're going to do. The whole time, collective, you were nowhere a part of the narrative as it resonated to their story. You were somewhere ascending very beautifully. Purple could be significant. Royalty, green could be significant. Green represents the heart chakra, grounding, and blue by way of healing. You were transmuting every single thing. Not one iota by way of dark energy, dense energy did not get transmuted by your auric field, quite organically, quite naturally. Something about a rebirth and an upgrade. You're the phoenix that has risen from the ashes because you are a natural born healer. That is what you've come to do. This is what they need to know. This is what they should have known. This is what they did not know. They never knew that you were a healer, not to this capacity. Okay? So the intent to harm was to bind you, your finances, your star, your destiny, and your money, because these things are what they put their faith in. Their faith is not in the divine. So they went for your foundation as it relates to this world, right? Money, love, finances, etc., health, energetically. However, your crown could never have been bound, not to the BS. These people have been separated and divided. They wanted to poison you. Okay. This could have been energetically. They could have absolutely have put something in your food. Doesn't matter if they did or they didn't. It has no effect on your body. You've tapped into your light body. That means if anybody put anything bad in your food, graveyard dirt, bones, poison, your body naturally alchemized it by way of the earth's medicine. Not everybody can tap into the sacred ley lines of the earth's medicine. If you know, then you know. And if you don't, then you don't need to know. Or maybe you don't need to know yet. But as it relates to these people, oh yeah, they should have just had a seat. The divine has always been walking with the divine kindred soul tribe. And that's what they need to know. Feel like they're finding out and it's a little bit too late. Okay. Whoever this sister is, she's a very dense energy. Witchy sister could be an ex-best friend, could be an ex-neighbor, co-worker, a woman, a mama that thought she was your sister and didn't want to be your mother. Could be anything, okay? This person was obsessed over your lovers, over your man, always eyeballing your person. We got union and we got divine masculine energy. But divine feminine energy is unconditional, and this is why we're having a victory, a very obvious one. Whatever they thought it was, oh no, it never existed. Look at your spiritual rank. And when you talk like this, divine collective, and you speak love over yourself and you walk in alignment with the divine, the first thing that a low vibrational person wants to say is that you have a spirit of pride. That could not have been further from the truth. You are a divine healer, but you're not taking any crap off of people that are pretending to be empathetic when they lack empathy, when they don't respect nature, when they don't respect spiritual law, they don't respect the divine. These are the fallen ones. They're the chosen ones. Yeah, they were chosen to take the fall and they fell from grace. They never sought out grace again. They walked away from mercy and grace and divinity. They never went on search of that. They never went in search of that by way of going within, satisfying their inner me's. But instead, they wanted to make enemies with people that are ascending divinely, intentionally in alignment with the flow of life and vitality. That's crazy. Why would you do that to such optimistic people? Well, if you ask them this, they don't know. They'll just stand there with a blank stare and look at you just like this. These tears don't even come from a real place. Remember, these are fallen people. They're not interested in returning back to source. They're still creatively trying to figure out a way how to present their darkness without having to stand accountable in divine spiritual court. Welcome to divine spiritual court of the cosmos by way of the galaxies. Everybody is welcome. And you know who's taking dominion over these weirdos? Because they lack inner child healing, because they lack properly adulting. You know who's taking dominion over them? The children of the earth. Haven't you noticed the vitality of the children of the earth from 8 to 80? But really, the actual children of the earth are doing the energetic work. The babies, 5 years old, 8 years old, listen to your children. 11 years old, listen to your children. Listen to them. Whoever this non-committal cup is, they could never. Okay? Nobody gives a damn. Your sister could have slept with an ex-lover. You don't give a damn. Look at you. You're like, yeah, I know. It's fine. Whatever. Maybe that's their person. Who the hell cares? Who has time to give a damn? You got peace, harmony, and calm, alignment, cross consciousness. Meanwhile, their daily routine is talking, but nothing pans out, lying, making up stuff, gossip, trash talk. He said, she said. Somebody doesn't have anybody to talk to, so they're just talking to themselves. Meanwhile, simultaneously, you're on a parallel timeline that will never intersect with all this BS. Never will these two lines intersect. So, whatever they're doing in the fragmented, dense, bound energies that they're in, let them. These people have to look at their records. They're forced to look at their own Akashic records by way of what their soul has done or the lack thereof by way of a soul. Meanwhile, simultaneously on an opposite parallel timeline, high vibrationally, as above, so below, you're over here being energetic and tapping into your inner child. That's the way you do it. Unconditional love means that you've nurtured your inner child. You've learned to adapt. You've released familiar family people, units, and you're moving on unapologetically, okay? Law and order, spiritual law and order, divine court authorities, divine spiritual police, divine earth angels are calling judgment over somebody's lineage. A mother and a father could be significant, okay? Alive or unalived, either way, you are the one that was chosen to give them an example. That's what a role model is. You play the role of somebody that is decent and in order. Before your spirit came into a physical vessel, you made an agreement with Source at the beginning of time, how you would show up every lifetime. You've always been this shaman. You've always been this teacher. You've always been this healer. You've always been the Hierophant. And every lifetime, these people end up like this. The only difference is now they've exhausted mercy and grace. They took for granted mercy and grace. I never want to imagine how dense an energy needs to be that one would seek to turn their back on the divine and fall from mercy and grace. We all have had mercy and grace. There's no need to have a savior's complex when you know that the divine source of all sources that goes by many names and many times always will deliver you out of whatever the enemy has set up. There is no need to discuss the traps that they set because those traps never applied to us. They're stuck in whatever this was. They were too busy praying that you get overweight, that you become overweight, that you become this, that you become that. They're looking for people that they can have conversations with who will believe their lies, who will be confused. Are they telling the truth? Well, I don't know. Well, he said and she said. No, it's just a growing and a growing and a growing. It's a Pinocchio energy. If you don't know intuitively whether or not somebody is telling you the truth, then that means that it's a lie. Because creator works with clarity. Truth. Keep it real. Keep it a buck. Keep it real. What is the actual truth here? Not confusion. Okay. And this is why somebody can't stop watching, because they're trying to see, well, did I lie? Did I not lie? You ever seen somebody so caught up in their lies, they can't even sense reality? They've lost track of reality. They don't know what's real because they don't know. They've been lying so long that they convinced themselves that whatever they were saying was real, because they were so heavily invested in convincing other people, talking about you, that now when they sit with themselves, they're like, well, what actually happened? This is when you know that people have disconnected mentally. Okay. Completely and totally. It's not funny, but it's funny in the sense that they thought that this was going to play out differently. This person is watching you. They're stalking, they're peeping Tom, they're peeking through, they're trying to see what's going on. Somebody attempted to remote view into your knowledge and got lost in some form of a trap by way of a psychotic abyss. Somebody tried to tap into your soul. Okay. And what they saw, you know what they saw? They saw source. The same divine source that they fell from grace from, the same divine source that they refused to give reverence to, the same divine source. So when they face source, because they were trying to remote view into your mind to figure out, who are you? Where do you come from? What do you, okay, you've mastered water, earth, air, and fire. Who are you? What are you? There's no way. We did fire magic. That backfired. It made you like the phoenix rising from the ashes. We tried to drown you. We did water magic. Then you mastered water. You spoke to the water. Then we tried to make you ungrounded. And somehow you have this beautiful gravitational pull with the ley lines beneath your feet. And the water that flows beneath you kept you in a psychic alignment. What are you? Why is it that anything that we say can't work? They did air magic by way of gossip. They spoke into the atmosphere, and the atmosphere was stale, stagnant, burnt out. Who are you? When they tapped a little bit deeper, they got the answers that they were looking for, but these were answers that they never wanted to admit were real. What did they see? They saw the divine. And this is how they look. This is an indefinite face. It's a permanent look. The more you turn away from source, this is what you can expect to get. Okay? Stop coming for the chosen ones. Stay away from the chosen ones. There's no way they can play mind games with the chosen ones. The games that they're trying to master are ones that we destroyed, that we created, and then they tainted it. And so we destroyed it and we created a whole nother game. They don't even know which game it is. They don't even have the rules. They're not one of the players. They're NPCs. They're non-important people because they chose to be. Whatever this was, trying to trap your gifts, your ability to manifest your abundance. Okay. Something about flow. I can't make it up. Your angels find this to be quite comical. You know, the thing about your angels is they've been walking with you since the beginning of time. Your guardian angels are amazing. Thank them. They know your soul's mission. They go, they get information for you, they fight for you. Your spirit guides are so amazing. Okay. And they're really proud of you. The angels absolutely are emotional energies. Don't get it twisted. They're emotional beings. They have traveled with you through time. They know what your soul has gone through. They've seen how much you've learned and how much you've grown and how much you keep returning back to source. If you're anything like a lot of us kindred souls, we weren't supposed to come back. Like we didn't have a reason, honestly, to come back because there's beautiful children that are being born that are supposed to take center stage, that will raise the vibration of this planet. They're very intelligent children, very intelligent children. Okay. Very much tapped in. So some of us chose to come back. Like, I guess I'll go down and play my part. The world is a stage. I'm going to show up and be my authentic self. I kind of know these cast of characters. I kind of know these jackasses. I kind of know these clowns, but not really. We saw you in the past life. We weren't supposed to come back. We didn't have to come back, but we did. It's a sacrifice to humanity, and we're having a lot of fun. It's a beautiful act of service, love, and gratitude to the divine for new vessels. The soul has been on a mission. Your angels are very proud of you. They're celebrating you. They're the reason for this particular season of separation when it comes to people that cannot sit at your table. These people can ask you, what exactly do you bring to the table? Well, I bring authenticity. I bring my authentic soul. Oh, you look like somebody that I know. Oh, that's fine. This person is cute, but they're not us. They're not me. He's not Shem. She's not him. They're not they. They're not us. Whoever this cool guy is, main male attractive authority figure, somebody was out here trying to impersonate this person. This is a form of witchcraft, okay? Somebody might have said, oh, look, there's another version of what's his name. Yeah, they sarcastically play with words, trying to project this nasty energy onto you unsuccessfully. That's what I just heard. Spirit told me to pipe down, keep it cool. That's what I just heard. My spirit team was like, keep cool. It's okay. Pipe down. Okay. So we will be piping it down as advised by the creator. Collective, you look amazing. Your spiritual rank keeps going up a notch with every curse, with every trick, with every gossiping conversation, with every illusion, with every time somebody tries to use your say to manifest something or to bind you to your own energy, making you feel as though you're scatterbrained and crazy. You simply go up the ranks. That's what I just heard. The spirit team gets bigger. You establish your energetic territory. Something about empowerment, something about spiritual rank, something about more spiritual gifts. Yes, it's getting better every day. Right now, let's see what's going on right now. So somebody got up on the wrong side of the bed, assuming that they were going to continue doing something. They're finding it very difficult. Whoever this person is, they are sexually confused because they're really not connected to anything that's worth being connected to. Oh, excuse me, spiritual bird. They're connected to anything. They're not connected to anything that's worth being connected to. Okay. So let's see what's going on, Holy Spirit. If you're a real psychic medium energy, an energetic flow, like your energy goes up and down to the side, to the left by way of broadcasting your energy like me, then sometimes you will burp, you will sneeze, you will yawn, you will absolutely pass gas, okay? Flatulence is a form of transmutation, or you might feel compelled to go to the restroom. This is a form of transmutation. When something is in the energetic field and you've set your intentions upon that area by way of establishing your location in the neighborhood, the city, the zip code where you live, if something is slightly off, you energetically will transmute that, okay? So that was a form of transmutation, and I'm really glad about it. Whoever this person is that refuses to walk away from your new beginning, man, they should find something else to do. They should find something else to do. This is the worst assessment of their life that we could ever see. Whoever this is, they're trying to figure out how to come in now. Excuse me. They're trying to figure out how to come in now and emotionally manipulate you, but you see them coming from a mile away and you're going in the opposite direction with the chariot. Hold on, y'all. Let me drink a little bit of my mushroom coffee here. Hold on, y'all. I'll tag it down below. Best coffee in the world. Honestly, I love this coffee. They don't pay me to say that. I just like to share good things, and I hope that everybody gets a chance to get a cup of some Rise mushroom coffee. Okay? It's really good. Okay, so look, let's see what's going on, Spirit. This person has failed more ways than one. More ways than one. Too many ways to count. Thank you, Spirit. Whatever this Eight of Cups in the reverse is, they refuse to walk away from your spiritual gifts, trying to cook up a plan, trying to figure out how to come in and emotionally manipulate you. Six of Pentacles, because the universe is giving you something that they never wanted you to have, that they fought tooth and nail for you not to have. They even collaborated. They rallied up all these diabolical people. You know, diabolical people, they usually find each other at the right time. And now that we're in the season of separation, all negative people are with negative people, which is why it's so chaotic right now for them. Okay. Kindred souls, we're mirroring each other. So now we're finding each other, which is amazing. But listen, you got the Empress energy, okay? Aries energy, leadership energy, something about ruling your crown, ruling your head. These people sent you psychic war. They wanted to penetrate your spiritual gift. Again, red flag, bad idea. Okay. Justice is being balanced out. Justice is being served. The scales are being balanced out energetically on a planetary alignment, elemental energy. But in order to do that, one has to be real with themselves. A tower has been invoked by the universe for these raggedy, dirty foot ass bastards. Commercial break. Ooh, these are some raggedy ass bastards. Their spirits are filthy, and the universe is reading their souls for filth. They do not like the divine. They believe that they're better than God. They believe that they're better than the most high divine providence. They don't like it. Clarify. They hate the fact that you understand spiritual etymology. The sun and the reverse. I'm telling you, these people fell from grace. They fell into the abyss of darkness. So towers and darkness is what they can expect, more confusion and calamity. Because when they came up against the divine soul tribe, they came up against the divine. Now, is that a smart thing to do? Absolutely not. Common sense would tell you, hey, like these people are marked by the divine. It says, it's written, their contracts are solid, it's written in the stars, and you wanted to come along and manipulate the stars too? Listen, yeah, this person, I just heard, fly me to the moon, let me play amongst the stars. You know, Mars is a very dense energy. Incorporate the moon and the shadows. Somebody was trying to manipulate your whole soul to have you thinking that you were supposed to be living some hard and reckless life. They wanted you to mirror their density, their lostness, their falling from grace. There's no God there. There's no divine God there. Okay? The Page of Wands. You got Page of Wands energy. Page of Wands represents information, energetic information. Yeah, somebody was trying to fly to the moon and play amongst the stars. Whoever this Pisces is, you got life effed up. Like in real time. Somebody could have heavy fire and water elements. And when they saw who you were, that was their indication to learn from you, mirror you in the sense that you were the example, you were a role model, you were an example of what the divine looked like in real time. But instead, they thought to steal from you, to kill from you. That's what I just heard. They wanted to kill from you. Nine of Cups in the reverse with the Hangman in the reverse. It's somebody that's very stubborn, very much in the dark, very much a good example of what it looks like when people stay in confusion and they don't go towards source. This is what it looks like. Who's out here committing to that in this season of separation? Now they're trying to emotionally communicate with you with the Knight of Cups, but it's still a night energy. Their inner child has been fragmented. Heavy, deep, dark soul contracts that they refuse to break, generational curses that they refuse to admit. This could have something to do with like low self-esteem, health issues, mental issues. This is deeply rooted in the bloodline that they keep abandoning. These are people that bury the reality that they need to get to work. Do your homework. Show yourself approved. Study and show yourself approved to the divine. They don't believe in the divine. They not even believe, forget believe, okay? They don't know that the divine still is watching them. They feel as though they've fallen from grace and the divine is not still in control and in power. Nine of Cups in the reverse with the Hangman in the reverse, Pisces energy. If this is not a Pisces, this is somebody that's having nightmares and they can't sleep at night. Ten of Wands, okay? Knight of Wands energy, there's your fire element. Big Sagittarius energy, big Pisces energy, could be anybody, okay? They could be showing up as a shapeshifter, doesn't matter. The Four of Pentacles, these are people that you refuse to talk to. Four of Pentacles is like keeping your peace. You moved away. Yeah, you ain't got nothing to say because everything that needs to be said has already been said. Whatever somebody needs to say, it's already been said. The energy that you're giving collective is like, you know what you did. I know what you did. Now let's move on. Deal with your crap. I got to go. No, I'm not going to hold that for you. I'm not going to do your own work. The Fool, you turned your back on the situation because that's a form of wisdom. Okay. That's how you do it. That's what Spirit just said. And this is why you are the Empress. Divine is really impressed with your performance in this lifetime. What a beautiful thing. You are the empress making an impression in this energetic field on this earth everywhere you go. And you are impressing the divine with your performance and how you are playing the role of the divine mother, patience, solitude, brotherly kindness, temperance, dedication to your spiritual contract with the divine. The Empress is impressing the divine and the universe with her performance as the Divine Mother. She has since solved her calamities when it comes to Lilith energy. Lilith has ascended. They love painting Lilith out to be demonic. Lilith has ascended and abandoned these people. They purposefully wanted to be in the Lilith energy. So Spirit watched them as everybody took their spots, as everybody took place by way of how they were going to play their role. Spirit allowed them to do what they were going to do because Spirit knew that they would miss, as they've done so many times since they have fallen from grace. You cannot move doing anything righteous if you do not give reverence to the creator that created everything in creation. How? It doesn't add up. Divided from creator with the 7 of wands. You took all these people on. You held your ground. You stood in a stance that was in alignment with something that they couldn't even see. So somebody was attempting to be strategic, to hurt you, to stifle you. They couldn't even see the strategy. They couldn't even see the divine, man. I need this to be made clear. This could be a sibling, y'all. 2 of Cups could be a twin energy as well. Somebody could be a twin, a brother, and a sister. Okay. 5 of Pentacles. This person feels abandoned by you. Somebody could have weaponized familiar family unit connections. It's like somebody being very, very nasty, and they're like, "Oh, but I'm your sister. You know, family. Your family is everything." But yeah, you're an asshole. You're mean. You're not nice. You don't even believe in the divine. We're two completely different souls at this point, and my bloodline doesn't even test positive for your dense negative energy anymore. How can we share the same blood when you out here sitting on the devil's lap, going on roller coaster rides with the devil? Remember, it was funny at first. The 8 of Wands, what was being communicated has backfired. Whatever curses that they keep speaking, I just heard every time before the sun comes up, what they spoke in the witching hour, it backfires. Man, they should have thought again. While they were doing that, the Most High God was giving you some type of divine spiritual DNA upgrade. Thank you, Divine Collective. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Divine Collective. Yeah, I can't make this up. Somebody is like dead set on the Ten of Swords and exiling you. Child, they might as well just have a seat. This will never happen. It hasn't happened. It didn't happen in this life, the last life. But right now, somebody's in this energy. Some of these people that are in this energy, they got life messed up. And they know the truth. They know what's coming. There's no way to run from this truth. As much as these people, whoever they are, wherever they're at, whatever they got going on, in this abyss of confusion, weighed down with the 10 of Wands, they know that the truth is here. They can't even brace themselves for impact because this is the wrath of the divine on that ass for coming for the chosen one. Didn't we tell you to stay up out the way? Stay grounded, Divine Collective. Tap into that energetic grid. You could be going towards water. If you're in your earth element, meaning you are focused on your stability, your money, your house, that's earth element. You may need to go towards the water to just pick up on the frequency and return back to your earth grounded nature. Water should keep you in a flow, but grounded at the same time, which represents balance. That's balance. Your earthly body, your physical vessel is grounded, and the water within you is still, but it is flowing. You ever seen water that was rooted? Wow. Fire that burns underwater is passion. Queen of Wands energy, divine feminine energy is coming out. Okay. So LGBTQ, you're under judgment. This whole community is under judgment for what they've done spiritually, not sexually. Let's be clear. Too often are people afraid to touch subjects with this. Yeah, it's what they've done spiritually. The star energy. This could be public eye energy as well. Okay. Somebody violated spiritual law, so they've been separated and divided from their powers, from their gifts. This is somebody that made a really big mistake. Three of swords. I just heard 3 years of no return. Why did I hear 3 years of no return? What was that? Yeah, somebody's bloodline has exiled them. Okay, so somebody violated spiritual law. I could be picking up on another situation. Okay. I just heard same-sex couple, 10 of Cups in a reverse. This also represents the rainbow, okay, which is notorious for the LGBTQIA community. But the rainbow in itself, esoterically, spiritually, represents hope, love, joy, peace. It's not isolated to that of just imagery by way of LGBTQIA sexual preference, okay? But spiritual preference, somebody's bloodline has disconnected from that ass. They don't care if you gay, straight, up the street, round the street, your soul is coming out real funky. They put you in a position to shine, and somebody made a really serious mistake and they've been uprooted from their bloodline. What's the 10 of Cups in the reverse with the 3 of Swords? I can't make this up. Somebody went towards the devil. I can't show that card, okay? I don't want to get flagged. But the devil, you catch my drift, you get my drift. That's what Spirit just says. There's a rift. There's a rip in this person's bloodline. There's a rip. Energetically, literally. RIP as in acronym for rest in peace. So their bloodline is kicking their ass right now. Somebody's running from their bloodline because they made a mistake. And they know better. What's the Devil and the Sun in the reverse? Yeah, Page of Swords. They don't need to watch us. They need to watch that tower. Don't watch us or you're going to miss that tower. That tower is going to sneak up and tap you on your shoulder. Okay, it's right behind you. It's right in front of you. It's right on side of you. We're not afraid of towers. I love a good tower because towers are moments of realization. The towers always come in with that scorpionic energy, keeping it real. There's your scorpionic energy, that Queen of Cups. The towers come in with water, a tsunami is what I just heard. Clarify, Holy Spirit. Queen of Cups energy. Yeah, this is something going on online. Okay, Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, whatever you're doing in the public eye, people are watching you. You could be a content creator. Star, Empress, divine feminine energy. Somebody's very beautiful inside and out, the mother of invention. You're not the mother of mysteries. You're the mother of invention. That's what I just heard. There's no mystery that you are the mother of invention. There's no secret about that. But what's sacred is something that is being held, kept with the divine. 2 of Pentacles, you're balanced. The 2 of Wands. Yeah, this is about destiny. Walking in a straight line, getting things in alignment, staying in order. Clarify? You got the Wheel of Fortune, okay? Somebody wanted you to be a mystery because I heard mother of mysteries, but you're not a mystery. These people tried to hide you. They tried to cloak you. They tried to rob you, take from you, but then hide you from the world so that people wouldn't know who you are. You're the mother of invention, divine intervention, divine invention. What you say goes. What you speak happens. There's no mystery in that. What they wanted was sacred, and that's no secret. What they wanted was your power. Strength in the reverse. These people are weak. Something about labels and titles. Yeah, I can't make this up. And they have to continue watching you because this is a part of their karma. What they're looking at is the divine. How the divine is moving in your life. These people didn't calculate something. How did you do that? 6 of Swords. How did you sail to calmer waters when we sent you everything to uproot you? We also tried to cover you up. Clarify, they tried to hide you. Yeah. Tell me this story. What happened here, Spirit? Divine Mother, how you doing? Divine Mother, like no other. Yeah, they tried to hide you. So the gossip, the slander was supposed to make people feel a way about you so that people wouldn't look at you as if you were the mother of invention with divine intentions. There's no mystery in that. There's no secrets to that. Everybody now knows who you are, but they tried to hide it with the 2 of Swords. Notice the way she's blindfolded. Notice the way her arms are crossed. That's somebody that's guarded. That's somebody that doesn't want people to see that you are this person. So you could be getting a lot of recognition, is what I'm saying here. Somebody's birthday could be in May. Somebody's birthday could be, okay, somebody's birthday could be in May. Somebody's birthday could be in May. I'm talking to a big Taurus energy. Okay. Also, there's a Scorpio here. People are seeing you for who you are. Okay. There's a Capricorn here. People were trying to hide you with the sun to put you in complete darkness. Not only were they trying to hide you from other people, they were trying to hide you from yourself. These are people that wanted you to fight yourself. But when you were at the edge of a vast sea of space, you looked inward. You went into the Virgo mode. You listen to your own intuition. You may have even said to yourself, gosh, I must be somebody really important. I gotta be a very important character if these people are doing all of this to keep me hidden with lies and slander and gossip, illusions. Not only that, they're getting other people involved. 4545 on the timer. Number 9. Somebody could be a life path number 2. Somebody could be a life path number 9. Somebody could be a life path number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever it is. It's high vibrational. You're coming out as temperance. Okay? Something about the bloodline of the Nephilim and settling the debt. Oh, man. Finding life's balance. Clarify the bloodline of the Nephilim. Yeah. You've satisfied some type of earthbound contract. Knight of Pentacles energy. That's that earth energy. So you could be a water sign that's learning how to stay grounded more, or really tap into the energetic contracts within the earth, the spirits in the earth, the elements, the stories that were told. Something about the area and the demographic of where you live. You forged ahead. Whatever this is, because I'm getting part human, part angel. Clarify part human, part angel, the Nephilim. You come to settle some type of debt and make things right with the divine. The 7 of Swords in the reverse, there's no secret in that. Somebody was trying to hide the fact that you had settled all your karmic debts. Now, according to these people, they felt like you settled all your karmic debts, that your job is over, you have to die, you have to go. Leave the knowledge that you learned and leave it behind. We'll take that. We're going to turn it into whatever this is that they thought they were going to turn it into, which they really didn't think this thing through. They got life messed up. Now they're all fudged up. It's a whole situation here. I just heard spiritual schematics. These people felt like, well, if your contracts are settled, then we'll take your knowledge, we'll unalive you, we'll let people know that you were not ever who you were supposed to be, and they'll never know, and we'll take that essence and we'll do this. Well, it was a bad plan, bad planning, bad timing, bad timeline. These people have been evicted from existence. And what I mean by that is whatever they speak, whatever they say by way of gossip, it ceased to hold any weight. It ceased to exist in the realms of infinite divine possibilities, because these people really need to be focused on their bloodline. So their goal was to eliminate you. But see, you satisfying all of your spiritual contracts by way of the Nephilim, by way of Akhenaten, is what I just heard. King Tut, you settle some type of like contract. Somebody is literally like, you have angelic DNA. You have human DNA, you have angelic DNA with human abilities, making you a human earth angel. You settled the debt by way of violating source. Whatever your bloodline is, it has something to do with angelic lineage. Yes, angelic lineage. Something about satisfying the dead. That's what I just heard. The Hierophant. And you've done so respectfully. So these people said, okay, you satisfied your contract, get out of here, because you're really messing up our earthly bound situations. We'll just eliminate you. Your time is up. You satisfied your contracts. No, once you satisfied these contracts, you absolutely were in the beginning phases of how you would leave an impression on this earth as the empress energy. Empress, empress. And they decided, well, no, your story ends here. Well, this is something that could have never been determined by people that have fallen from grace, that are fallen angels, that don't even want to look source in the eyes. When they look at that pure divine light, they got to put their heads down. Somebody wants to disrupt this beautiful communique between kindred souls. They can't do it. They don't have enough power. They don't have enough knowledge. They don't know what they're doing. They're running in a circle. They just talking. They just doing. It's running away. It's going away. It's just being washed away. Seven of Swords in the reverse. These people have been exposed for trying to cover up your sacred knowledge. They never wanted people to see that you were somebody that understood divinity to this capacity, because your soul has been here since the beginning of time. When divine source came into conscious creation, this is when you were created. Clarify the element of the Nephilim satisfying your contract. I can't make it up. You came back to settle the debt because your bloodline is in the earth. The earth angels are your bloodline. I just heard you're the magistrate. You're a master of everything in creation. It's an ancient adventure, is what it is. Somebody is mad because of your omnipresent energy, but source is within you, and source has accepted your down payment. So now the new cycle begins. Where they thought this was the end for you, it really is just the beginning of a beautiful soul mission. Something about your bloodline is beyond human comprehension. They don't even know what's going on. They're trying. That's why there's more people watching this than liking this video, because some of these people are literally just watching. Commander, it says. Something about an invasion. They see you as an invasion. Yeah, I just heard. I'm high, I'm from outer space. I got Milky Way for blood, evolution in my veins. I'm gone, I'll be far away. I'm illuminated now. I've been dreaming about flying for a long time. I had a vision from the grace they want to co-sign. Artificial intelligence could never. Look at this artificial intelligence with the Five of Swords. They're artificially intelligent. They pretend to know source. They give you false illusions of hope and light. They're fake. They're phony. If you scratch the surface just a little bit, what you're going to find is pure, natural born chaos. The children of Cain. Why? Because they could not take out Abel, because they were never able. When they ask you, well, what exactly do you bring to the table? I bring the table with the Ace of Swords, slices through the illusions. That eliminates the invites. When you sit at a table of truth and you brought the table and the Ace of Swords, it slices through the fake ass illusions by way of RSVP. It's like, oh, why is you here? You were never invited. Did we call you? So why'd you come for us? Why are you here? You cannot have a seat at the table. Well, they said there would be a table prepared in the presence of your enemies. Well, we eliminated that. We already talked to the divine about that. We're not inviting nobody. I don't want to sit at the table in the presence of my enemies. And neither does my kindred soul tribe. We just created a whole nother table. And in the center of that is the Ace of Swords, and you've not been invited. They got life messed up. Somebody's in a pickup truck. They got life up. Mm, 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 mm. Listen, these people need to have a sit down. They need to talk about what the next steps are. I'm coming back with more readings. If this resonated with you, like, love, share, and or subscribe. Comment respectfully down below. If you like the way I read, you know what? I'm so grateful for that. I hope this reading was able to just add additional truth and clarity energetically. Let this entertain you. Take it, pray about it, meditate over it, call for divine judgment over the message, and see what it is that you're supposed to take and what you're supposed to leave for somebody else to take. And that's just my best recommendation. We all have free will, but I received this message. Whatever the divine says is true. I agree with the divine. And that's just what it is. I love y'all. I'll see you soon in the next reading. Peace be with you.